If you're searching Google right now and can't find a rental company that has a copper sign stand for you to hang your welcome sign on at your wedding, we might be able to help you out, because in today's video, we're going to build one from scratch, and I'm going to show you everything you'll need in order to make that happen. Welcome back, everyone. It's Nick with a new video to share with you as you embark on your wedding planning journey. If you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss our newest videos that we release weekly. So here's everything that you're going to need in order to build your own copper sign stand. 2 half-inch 10-foot copper pipes, 1 pipe cutter that cuts half-inch pipes, 2 half-inch T-copper fittings, 6 half-inch 90-degree elbow fitting connectors, 1 just for copper, 1 heavy grit sanding paper, which is included with the just for copper, 2 leather wall straps, a bag of table salt, 1 pint of white vinegar, 1 to 2 lemons, a rag, a bucket, a Sharpie, a sponge, water, a tape measure, and a knife. So you might be wondering, what the heck is table salt, a pint of white vinegar, and lemons doing in this tutorial? We'll get back to that later. But now we're going to measure and cut our 2 10-foot copper pipes to the size we need them to be. We're making this specific copper sign stand 5 feet tall, 60 inches, and 36 inches wide. Step number 1, take one of the copper pipes and measure out 5 feet. Mark the 5-foot spot with your Sharpie. Then take your pipe cutter and carefully cut the pipe. If the second piece of copper pipe is a little bit longer than 5 feet, then just measure to where it's 5 feet. Mark the spot with your Sharpie and cut there. They are going to be our 2 tall pieces. Next, you're going to make 3 pieces of the second pipe into 28 inches each. Measure out 28 inches, mark with your Sharpie, and cut. Do that 2 more times. Finally, with the last remaining pieces of pipe, you're going to make 4 pieces of pipe, each 9 inches long. Do the same as before. Measure out 9 inches and cut. Do that 3 more times. This is how we're going to clean the copper pipes. Grab all your T and elbow copper fittings, place them in your bucket, then take your table salt and pour some of it into your bucket. Make sure not to pour all of it in because you'll need it later to clean the other copper pipes. After that, take your white vinegar and pour it in. Pour enough so that the copper fittings are submerged in the white vinegar. Now just let them sit in there while you clean your copper pipes. There are a couple ways you can clean your copper pipes, but I'm choosing to use some more organic materials and avoid harsh chemicals for this project. Now grab your knife and cut one of the lemons in half. Then take one of your cut lemons and sprinkle some salt on it. Then wipe the lemon with the salt on it all over the copper pipes. After that, take your sponge and start rubbing it on your copper pipe. Do both these methods until you feel your copper pipes are looking as polished as they can. Once you're happy with how the pipes look, go ahead and spray off the vinegar, salt, lemon with water. Finally, take your rag and dry off your copper pipe. Do the same with your fittings as well. So you'll notice that your copper pipes will have a barcode on them that will leave a sticky residue on them. Now our salt, lemon, and white vinegar combo might not be able to take it off. I recommend getting Goo Gone. It'll definitely get the job done. Step number 3, it's time to map out how the base of your copper sign stand is going to look. Once you've planned out how everything is going to fit together, now you can grab your heavy grit sanding paper and the just for copper. The heavy grit sanding paper is included with the just for copper, which is super nice. Next, sand the ends of the pipes. I would sand about 1/2 inch with each one. Then sand the inside edges of each of the fittings. Just go a couple times around and that'll be fine. When that's all done, now comes probably the most tricky part of the tutorial, so pay close attention. This is how you're gonna make sure your copper pieces stay in place. Shake your just for copper bottle a couple times before you use it to apply to the inside of your fittings and the outside ends of your copper pipe. Once you have applied the just for copper solution, you have 5 seconds, they say, to rotate your pipe into place because it will bond super fast. So you want to make sure you have the fittings in the right positions. Otherwise, you may need to buy more material later and redo some of what you have already done. That is why this part is so important, so you can do it right the first time. Step number 4, let's start applying the just for copper solution into our fittings and start assembling the base. No need to add a ton here. A little goes a long way with this stuff. Then add some to the outside of the pipe. Once you've applied your just for copper to the pieces you want to connect, go ahead and do that. Remember though, you have about 5 seconds before it bonds the 2 pieces together. Once you attach, go ahead and rotate the fitting to about 1/4. Now start connecting the rest of the pieces together using the same method I just showed you. But do make sure that the T-fittings is sticking straight up when you attach the 90-degree elbows. Okay, now that your base is finished, let's assemble the rest. Grab the 2 5-foot pipes and the one remaining 28-inch pipe. I'm going to first put the 2 5-foot pipes in place, but don't bond these 2 pipes to your base because it'll make transporting them more challenging. However, you will want to bond the remaining 90-degree elbow fittings to place on your remaining 28-inch pipe. I'll use the ground to make sure they are both flat and so they are both facing the same direction. Let that dry for a little bit, then connect it to the 2 5-foot copper pieces without bonding them together to make it complete. That way you can transport the pieces with ease. Step number 5. Now that your copper sign stand is 95% done, it's time to put the final touches on it. I decided to purchase 2 leather wall straps that will wrap around the top of the copper pipe to hold the welcome sign. Then grab the 2 brass screws and hex nuts to prevent the sign from falling off. After that, grab your welcome sign and see how it looks.
If you guys want some more DIY inspiration for your wedding, go ahead and click the playlist on the screen now. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.